What? You acting like y'all ain't seen a big f***ing Dark Magician before? I like have it back there all the time. It's just now I got it in frame. Get it? What's going on with you guys? TheCaliEffect, king of games here, and today I'm gonna be giving you the hookup. One thing I know about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that it can get quite expensive, and it can get expensive really fast. There are certain cards that may be well sought after that will skyrocket in price, and then there are cards that may sit at a certain determined price until it's ready to be bought, I guess. No, I do tend to cover a few cards every now and then about cards that you should buy before they skyrocket in price. Cards that are pretty much ticking time bombs to shoot to astronomical numbers. Trust me, we win way more than we lose, even though we may take a couple L's here and there. But there's no L's in Dark Magician. We some winners over here. Even though there's no W's in Dark Magician either. One thing I have noticed that I don't really focus on or bring to you are cards that are extremely cheap and you should probably pick up just because they're extremely cheap. That's right, guys, so in this video we're going to be talking about cards that are at a decent rarity and also are at a pretty good price. There are tons of players out there on a budget, and I want to get you guys this information for the players that want to have nice things potentially before it becomes too late. I mean, come on, if you are a Yu-Gi boomer, you've seen this happen so many times before. Cards really cheap and then you do a double take and you're like, damn, you expensive. So of course, if you want to see more content like this, then make sure your 5th summon is a Nibiru to this subscribe button, but also be sure to hit that notification bell because, well, we just too strong. So without further ado, let's talk about these super secret budget cards that look pretty good. Everywhere I go, he goes with me. He's my Dark Magician. Dark Magic Attack. So one thing I wanted to point out about this particular video is that if you are picking up these cards with the intention of them skyrocketing in price, yeah, that's not what this video is about here, bro. This video's intention is to put people on picking up some cards that they would probably like to have nicer rarities of and aren't necessarily aware of these cards' rarity and their price. So with that being said, not only did I pick cards with large quantities, I would only like for you guys to take your fill. Don't take any more. Don't be that guy. The first card I want to talk to you guys about is actually a card that's really good into this format. It's potentially one of the best hand traps in the game, as Effect Veiler did make its debut way back in the day, but has been reprinted so many times over and over again. What Effect Veiler does is during your opponent's main phase, you can discard this card from your hand to the graveyard to be able to target one face-up effect monster your opponent controls and negate its effects until the end of the turn. Effect Veiler is really good in a format where ignition monsters are prevalent, such as the Tri-Brigade monsters effect to special summon Link monsters or Diviner of Herald in some popular decks like Drytron and sometimes even Despia. Now, Effect Veiler does come in so many different rarities, it would be sometimes confusing to pick the right one. Starlight rare copies of Effect Veiler are $500 each, like, oh, that's an expensive boy. And then there are some ultra rare and gold rare copies that are about $5 as well, which is still fairly expensive. Especially when you consider dual Devastator Effect Veilers, which are ultra rare, just like the ones that I previously stated. These cards are $3 a copy. You can essentially save $7 per copy on Effect Veiler if you get the dual Devastator versions, as opposed to the Duelist Revolution or the Duelist Saga versions. Hey. I said everywhere I go. Everywhere. Another card that may pique your interest just might be one of the most versatile cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! As Book of Moon is another old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Card that still is really good to this day. Basically what Book of Moon does is that you can target one face-up monster and flip it face down. That simple, no additional text. Book of Moon does prevent Exceed summons, Synchro summons, and Link summons, as the monsters required for the material for those type of summons must be face up. Book of Moon can also stop attacks and can flip your monsters face down, which may have a stronger defense or a flip effect when being attacked. When I mean versatile, this card is versatile. Now, just like Effect Veiler, you can pay $500 for the Premier Book of Moon, which would be Turbo Pack, or you can pay $100 for an Ultimate Rare. But hear me out, we're gonna go a lot cheaper. If you want a nice looking Book of Moon, well, you can get the ultra rare copies of this card for $1, which technically outranks the most highest rarity copy of Book of Moon, as Ultra is higher than Super, I love that Book of Moon has been reprinted so many times and basically has a rarity for every situation, but if you guys are looking for a nice card and are on a budget, then ultra rare copies may be your bet. Now, whether you are a gold player or a chaos player, having a playset of this particular card would be fairly important. Thunder Dragon is a card that made his debut in a Metal Raiders series. Boy, this card is almost 20 years old and it's still good. A quick read of Thunder Dragon states that you can discard this card to add 1 to 2 copies of Thunder Dragon from your deck to your hand. Why exactly is this card so good? Well, I mean, it is a +1 into your hand. You ditch a Thunder Dragon, you get 2 more. It is a light monster into your graveyard. You can pitch 2 Thunder Dragons, get 2 light monsters in your graveyard. And also, it's Thunder Dragon. It's a cool card. But one thing I have noticed about Thunder Dragon is that almost no matter what, you're gonna shell out anywhere between $2 to $4 a copy. If you guys are on a super tight budget, then go ahead and get these super rare copies of Thunder Dragons out of the Hidden Summoner set. They're really nice looking copies of Thunder Dragons, being one of the only hollowed versions, and they're only $2 to $3. But if you guys are trying to treat yourselves king, then I would strongly suggest going for the ultra rare copies of Thunder Dragon. For just $1 more, ultra rare copies of Thunder Dragons are $4 each, which is a really good pricing on a card that's lowest price is $2 to $3 no matter what. Next, I want to talk to you guys about a card that is pretty important in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Metagame. It's a reason why this card is limited to 1, so you probably should get your copies before if it ever gets semi-limited or unlimited. Dino Wrestler Pankratops is a very powerful card that allows you to special summon itself to the side of the field if your opponent controls more monsters than you. It also has a quick effect to tribute itself to be able to destroy a card on the field. This is actually a really good card that serves inside of a 2600 body. It's literally the modern day Cyber Dragon. Now, of course, if you want to be big baller, shot caller, you can pick up secret rare copies of Dino Wrestler Pink for an expensive price of $2.50. That's right, guys. Go ahead and pick up your Dino Wrestler Pankratops for $2.50. But just so happens that the secret rare copies become unavailable, well, there's still a pretty decent rarity afterward. Battles of Legends Heroes Revenge slows up. Well, the 2019 Megatens and Dual Devastator have Dino Wrestler Pankratops at ultra rare for 50 cents. That's right, you could still pick up this card at a pretty decent rarity even if you miss out on the secrets, but I think you should aim for the secrets just because. And the last card I want to talk to you guys about has skyrocketed in price and is expected to see play once Burst of Destiny drops. Destiny Hero Celestial is a dark level 4 Destiny Hero warrior monster with some pretty good effects. This card reads is when it declares an attack, you can destroy a face-up spell card your opponent controls and inflict 500 damage to him. But the main effect is when it's in the graveyard and you have no cards in your hand, you can banish Destiny Hero Celestial and another Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard to draw 2 cards. Destiny Hero Celestial is really good, especially post Burst of Destiny, because there's an easy way to get it to the graveyard through Fusion Destiny and summon your free Destiny Hero monster, as well as being able to draw 2 cards later on in the future. Since players have noticed that Destiny Hero Celestial has shot up as a secret rare to $32 per copy, but that's a little bit much, right? Fortunately for us, you can get ultra rare copies of Destiny Hero Celestial. This could be really good, especially seeing that Destiny Hero Celestial's ultra rare 65 cents. Talk about the markdown. It feels like it was destiny for you to be in these Celestials. Well, that is all for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. The goal was to get you guys some pretty nice looking cards on a decent budget, and I think we did a really good job at that. But of course, if there's a way that you feel that this video could be improved, go ahead and post down below in the comment section, as this would be a new series. And of course, I'll catch you on the next video. What, you thought I wasn't gonna take my Dark Magician? Tuh, I'm the ultimate wizard of attack and defense. White magical hats! I'm going now. Go to the next video.